I'm joined here in the MCW Media Center by the lovely Tara and the even lovelier Deacon Storm. How you doing, Storm?
I'm doing fine. Why does it sound like you're talking on the phone in the bathroom and you don't want them to know that you're in the bathroom?
Well,
how come you're lovelier than me?
Well, that's debatable.
I don't understand. Oh, wait, it's Pride Month. I get it. I got it.
Pride Month. Not going to touch that one.
I feel welcome and safe here.
Where's my rainbow flag?
This is a safe place with all the halogen bulbs.
Extremely safe. Hey, we've had a lot going on in MCW Pro Wrestling.
Man, we're already getting fired. Like 1 minute in, we're already getting fired. Yes, I am Deacon Storm, Tara, Mikey D. Thank you for that lovely intro.
You're welcome,
Mikey.
And I could be mad. I could be angry, but I'm not.
Lovely is the word of the day.
I'm glad you're not lovely. Speaking of, as you can see back here in the corner of the screen, we have my man, the Bruiser, on the screen because we just got finished Slamboree. Jimmy's Famous Seafood presents Slamboree.
We sure did.
That's what we just finished. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today, as well as the upcoming Shane Shamrock Memorial Cup 19.
Biggest event of the MCW calendar. We got a lot of big events, but that one is going to be the biggest.
Yes.
We often refer to it as our WrestleMania, and come July 13th, you will see why.
Yep, Saturday, July 13th. What time are we looking at there, Tara, since we were just talking about it?
Well, the doors open at 5:30 according to the Facebook event.
Right.
Okay, and the bell time officially 7:30.
7:30.
So, as of time of this taping.
Right.
We've got a lot. I mean, this is our most action-packed show of the year. So all I'm going to say is you don't want to be late.
You want to be here when the doors open.
Right.
Yeah.
Because anything can happen.
You don't know. Yep.
I can't even say how many action-packed matches we have because there's going to be so many action-packed matches.
I don't have enough hands or fingers. There's so much happening.
And of course, the granddaddy of them all, our Shane Shamrock Memorial Cup champion, Joe Keys, will defend his championship against, what is it, 6, 7? We don't know.
Qualify for that main event at the end of the night.
Things are changing, and as of the time of this taping, all we know is Joe Keys is the champion, and he's defending that championship that night.
As you know, we have not released but a couple of the qualifying matches.
Correct.
So we've still got more
Yeah.
time in the weeks leading up to the Shamrock Cup where more qualifying matches will be released.
Yeah, not only will we talk about that, but you'll also see in our commercial break some of the clips, some of the video reveals that are going to be happening in the commercial. So this is, once again, Mikey D, Tara, episode 9.5, and we're going to explain that one right after this break.
Oh, a break already. All right, let's go.
Don't we always do that?
Sure, why not? You're the boss.
Okay, we didn't talk about who's going to bring the show back. Welcome back. Well, no. That's staying in. That's staying in.
That is a blooper that can stay
on. Welcome back to the MCW Pro Wrestling Podcast. I am Deacon Storm, along with Tara and Mikey D.
Hi, bro.
How's it going?
So, you guys need a minute?
Maybe two.
Maybe two.
Hey, well, this is going to be a fun segment of the podcast, guys. We're keeping the podcast going, keeping it alive. What episode is this again?
9.5, Michael D.
9.5. Tell us a little bit about 9.5, Deacon Storm.
First off, you somehow spit on my elbow all the way from over there.
I'm projecting.
What's going to be on me?
Well...
Okay. I want to
Anyway.
switch seats. Can I switch seats?
It's not going to help. It's not going to help. This is episode 9.5, and episode 9, as if we did before, what was it, episode 7, or was it 6? Can't remember. 6, 6.5, 7, 7.5. We had a 0.5 in there somewhere a few months ago because things just kind of didn't work out. We said we'd release it. Still hasn't happened yet. But I can tell you right now, without a shadow of a doubt, episode 9 in its entirety will not be seen. I can tell you that right now. So what happened? What happened was,
it was a busy night.
It was a very busy night at Jimmy's Famous Seafood presents Slamboree. We did our normal. We did our live podcast, and we planned on getting out there. We had a live interview, which we'll discuss later. But
Well, some of you did.
Yeah, exactly. Some of us were here to do our
some of
jobs.
us were here. Now, I don't know what happened. Mikey D either showed up late or maybe he was told to be here at 8 and we started recording at 6:30. I don't know. You know,
Completely different, but okay.
either way, what happened
The
was
show must go on, so we had to.
that's how the entertainment business works. And the show went on, and it went on with our guest host at the time, Lee Brando.
Yeah.
Now, God bless Lee Brando. I don't know where he is now. I did ask
Wait,
him.
I know he's in the shampoo aisle at the local Rite Aid.
Oh, because
I
of this
mean,
hair snippet, he had a little bit of issue, some spatial issues. You know, a little. He was kind of in a lot of other people's bubble. Either way, Lee Brando, while he did a great job,
He didn't do the job that Mikey. I wouldn't be doing that kind of stuff, Tara. I'm just going to say that. When you see this,
Well,
I wouldn't be doing that kind of
That's
stuff.
comforting.
and it's also
Brian, you smell
incredible.
pretty good today.
Thank you. See, so what we're gonna do, my gift to you, as the executive producer of American Violence for the MCW podcast.
Wow, that's a big title.
I
Yeah.
know. What
Did
I'm
you just
gonna
give
do,
yourself that?
like 2 months ago,
Okay.
Huh.
in West Virginia.
Looking forward,
So,
looking forward to the business card on that one. Go
of
ahead.
course. So what I'm gonna do for you is you're gonna see some of the best parts of episode 9, and I think you might understand what we mean.
And we're going to see the end, too, because I remember the end. At least the end.
Yeah. So we're gonna roll that beautiful bean footage right now.
Enjoy.
Welcome everyone to episode 9 of the MCW podcast. We are here live as the doors open up at Jimmy's Famous Seafood Slamboree.
Seriously doing this smelling thing again?
Wow!
It's our guest! We don't smell the guest! Episode 9. Episode, he's back. What's up, man? This is not what we do, man. We don't just leave.
Oh, we're rolling right now.
Yeah, the people are still filing in, so it's a little bit difficult to try to get some of these interviews back. See?
right.
Walking backwards is bad. Don't say anything, because I don't want this show to get canceled.
I do have issues.
You've got to stop freaking out.
I'm sorry, I'm confused. I don't know what I'm doing. You smell like strawberry, she smells like vanilla. It's like a banana split in here.
Okay. Does he smell like chocolate?
That's awful!
We did it 3 times.
Oh my gosh. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, no, we didn't.
I gotta tell you, this has been the roughest first day on the job I've ever had.
You have literally been a disaster.
We might.
Welcome back to the MCW Pro Wrestling Podcast, 100% more racist free than it was before.
Are we allowed to drink on the job, yay or nay?
No, you take over the break.
We'll be right back.
That's the best you can do.
That is so lame.
Oh my
Really?
God! All right,
Where's Mikey D?
we're gonna end the show.
Okay.
And tonight we're gonna have Mike. Oh,
Whoa! Hey! I thought.
Hi, Tara.
Oh, hi!
so that was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glad you're amused.
We're not all perfect, you know. I like to think that I'm really good at producing segments and things of that nature for your entertainment. Unfortunately, I lost complete control. I don't know if you could tell.
It was a busy night, like I
Yeah.
said it before. It was a busy night, but I did show up at the end. Even though I was in the building, I just didn't realize you guys were going. But I showed up at the end, and Lee Brando, that's where he went for the shampoo. That's where.
Yeah, I think he's been there since. It's been a few weeks. It's been a few weeks.
He might still be there. You never know.
Yeah. But the good thing is, at the least, you can see Slamboree on RageTV.com. MCWRageTV.com. Excuse me.
you.
I do
Yeah.
that all the time. All the
It
time.
is Rage TV.
think
though.
you would
Definitely.
Yeah.
MCWRageTV.com.
Yes,
There we
of
go.
all people who would know. Now, there were some other things that you saw in the clip. We had a visitor. The one interview we did have, we don't have an in-studio visitor this time for our interview. So what we're going to do is let's talk to you about
Tara.
about Candie. Now, for those who don't know, I bet you do. For those who don't know, Candie and Tara have a very long history that goes back to before me and Mikey D got here.
This is true. Long time.
We don't need to like number the years or anything. We can just say
a long
it was
time
a while ago. So pretty much from behave over there.
Sorry.
Pretty much from the moment I arrived in MCW, Candie and I had a feud. And it was a long-running one. We took our feud on the road with us to multiple promotions. We knew each other very well, working with each other, and it was really something special.
Well, and after all this time, you guys got to see each other again. So I guess once we're gonna roll that clip.
Yeah.
Of the interview, our interview for the MCW podcast with Candie. Check it out.
Introduce you to Candie.
Candie. Oh, hey.
Hi.
I've seen you before.
It's good to see you.
We have Candie here, formerly an MCW. Which one will call you alumni? Can we say that?
We can say alumni. Alumni's okay.
All right, MCW alumni Candie. Now, good find. So how's it feel to be back? Back here for Bruiser.
Well, where else would I be? So Bruiser and I went to high school together.
Ooh.
So I think I've known him longer than a lot of people here.
Yeah.
And just what he's been through and how everybody's rallied around him, I can't think of a better place for me to be tonight to show support to one of my favorite people.
Well, that's great. That's awesome. I mean, we really appreciate that you're here. Whether or not that you're actually in the Bruiser Strong Rumble, we don't know. But that's what you're here for, to watch and find out on Ray's television after this is aired. But, Candie, it's really good to see you. But but you don't know where Tara went, do you?
Excuse me?
Huh?
What's going on here?
This one was Lee.
Wait a second.
No.
Are you trying to replace me with her? Like, we replaced
It's my first day on the job.
with Lee?
It's my first day on the job.
I walk away for 5 minutes and I come back and this is what you guys have given me. Wow.
I was here.
It's a good thing you're not still over dramatic. Me? Over dramatic? Are you kidding me? Look, unlike some people, I've never left MCW. I'm still here. Well, unlike some people, I'm still here for Bruiser.
Oh no.
Wow.
Oh no.
I can see that some things haven't changed. Clearly not. Obviously.
Okay.
I was going to say good to see you. I thought bygones were bygones. I mean, we can put the past aside, I guess.
That's way less entertaining. Are you okay?
I'm okay. I'm okay. I
Did you see what happens when Lee Brando stands or sits where I'm supposed
So wait, are you making this about you?
No.
I think he is.
All
Yeah.
I'm saying, do you see what happens? Lee Brando made it about Lee Brando.
Well,
for a minute.
Let me just ask you a question. What would you have done differently? I'm sure that you would have been, overwhelmed by Candie's presence, and you would have said something inappropriate. I mean, you might not have sniffed her hair, but I'm sure you would have found some
Do I have
other
that
way.
reputation, really? They're saying something inappropriate. Here's what I would.
I will literally cut
Possibly.
back. I will literally cut back to the Manny Leon interview right now.
Yeah.
And that's on the archived in the Rage TV with the MCW Pro Wrestling Podcast. That was good. But here's what I would have done.
Okay.
I would have been a little bit more objective with the relationship between Candie and yourself, because there's a lot of history there.
There is.
And it was getting a little confrontational there for a few minutes, from what I could understand.
I thought I would have had to gladfully stand between you
Gladfully.
two. As
And he created a
gladfully,
word.
I know.
as
See,
good as
that's
that
how
felt.
excited I was that
But
things
that's
were
what I would
happening.
have done. I would have been more professional with it. But how do you feel about now? We're going to go into some of the things that happened during that Bruiser Strong Rumble. But how did you feel after the interview? Were you comfortable, uncomfortable? Were you ready to get back in there?
I was. I was excited actually for just whatever the night was going to bring, and I was happy to see so many people that from the past back in the locker room.
Lots of surprises.
Really, it was great. At the time we did the interview, though, we really hadn't established who was in the Rumble yet. So
That's true.
I didn't know what was coming up. all of that was decided later. And, just knowing that Candie was here, I mean, there definitely was a spark of that old rivalry, which you could see as soon as we started talking to each other. Some things just never die. We really didn't resolve them. In fact, I'll take you way back for a second. Our feud actually had reached a turning point when I had an unfortunate injury. I actually had joined forces with Romeo Valentino. Ooh. And at the time, Candie was kind of our, I don't want to say proper, she was our property. And, we would do kind of humiliating things to her. We made her wear pajamas one time for a show. I mean, just different things. And unfortunately, we were not able to continue that storyline because I broke my neck and had to take some time off. Wow. So we never really had resolution to our feud that was a long-running feud in MCW. We never had resolution.
From what I saw at the Bruiser Strong Rumble, I believe the feud ended with Candie giving you the rock bottom right in the middle of the ring.
If there wouldn't have been so many people in the ring, I would have come back. I would have taken a minute to regroup. I would have come back. I would have, I wasn't
Tara, there were 3 people in the ring.
No, there were more. There was not at that point. The whole Rehoboth Beach crew was up on the ramp. They were all
Tyler Hilton was long gone.
I don't know.
Okay, look, this is the other thing I need to address, and I'm pretty sure everyone that's watching and that was there need to know. At what point, like you said, you didn't know that you were going to be in the Rumble. So, is that why you suddenly started dating Andy Weinberg again?
I'm not dating him. I'm not dating. We have a history. And, sometimes, troubled times brings people back together again. I don't know. And it just seemed like a good idea.
It just seemed right.
And reuniting and talking that night backstage. The opportunity presented itself.
Lots of nostalgia in the air.
I can't complain.
I mean,
it did look like just for a few seconds that you and Candie were on the same page.
I did see that.
We really were.
It looked like a new leaf for both of you. Mm-hmm. And you know who that same page was against? Our illustrious ring announcer, Pat Anthony.
Good old
and
hashtag.
Ryan.
Hashtag
Ringside Ryan.
Two
surprise entrance into the Bruiser.
You're right, but you know what? We're going to stop here.
Oh, yeah, because we're going to talk about that.
Yes, so we're going to take a break right now, and when we come back, we're going to talk about the Bruiser Strong Rumble and the implications of where it goes from here for the Shane Shamrock Memorial Cup 19. We'll be right back.
We did a lead-in. All right, we did it great that time.
We actually did it right. Oh, man.
You all right?
Is it because we haven't done this in a minute? Is that what this is?
It might be. We're a little rusty.
We're a little off.
Keep going.
Do you think the spirit of Lee Brando is still in here?
I hope not. I have no problem with the guy. Well, except trying to take my job. But
I don't know.
I have no problem with the guy. Hey.
He might be back.
He may be. You never know. As long as he can get along with all of us, and I mean all of us. Now, hey, you wanted me to mention something. We are all over the place.
Please.
on Facebook and Instagram,
Yep.
Twitter, and, all and on our website, of course. I'll mention that at the end.
Correct.
But back on podcasts. How about SoundCloud?
We are back on
How about
SoundCloud.
SoundCloud.
Yes, we are. MCW Pro Wrestling is the username, the name tag on SoundCloud. What's the correct term for that? Did I say that right? Username.
Sure.
I don't know. I've never been
Just
on
go on SoundCloud.
I'm all about the SoundCloud.
You're not supposed to say that out loud. Because we're on SoundCloud, so you definitely have used it before.
Find the name.
MCW Pro Wrestling on SoundCloud.
I have other ways to listen to the podcast.
That is right.
So
there are like 5 different ways.
I have the app
Good.
on my phone. I
Yeah.
have it. I've just never used it.
So you guys have no excuse. So what are we
right.
talking about now, Mikey?
Well, we were talking about how Tara and Candie sort of were on the same page in the
Were.
Bruiser Strong Rumble.
Yeah.
And then they got off of that same page.
Yep.
So I don't know if, they were actually entrants in the Rumble. You ladies got in the ring.
Well, I have to be honest, if I had known that all of that was going to transpire, I would have worn better shoes because
Yeah.
I really was just there to support Andy and the King, okay? And then all of that happened, and just so you know, my shoe broke as we were walking down the ramp, so it was very uncomfortable trying to hold my shoe on, so that's why I had to take them off. But had I known what was going to transpire, I absolutely would have come prepared and dressed and wearing gear because I would have finished it.
So you would have won the Bruiser Strong
Well,
Rumble?
no, I
is
would
that
have
what you're
finished with Candy.
Oh, okay.
But who's to say I couldn't have won the
So wait.
Rumble?
You said you would have worn gear. I mean, your pants were pretty tight, so I thought you were already wearing. Oh, that's not good. That I said that out loud. I was thinking.
Wow. Footwear.
Yes.
I'm talking
Oh,
footwear.
yeah, no,
okay?
yeah.
Footwear.
She was prepared for the job. She was prepared
Exactly.
to do.
I was
said
there
prepared twice.
in a
That's better.
support managerial capacity, and I was dressed appropriately for that.
I mean, yeah.
But, you've seen our ramp. It's like, a pretty severe slope there, which I've worn those shoes many, many times before. I've never had a problem. But on that particular night, I hit the bottom of the ramp and they broke.
To be fair, I've almost flown down that ramp before
Yeah.
several times.
So,
It's 100%. So the Bruiser Strong Rumble, we got to get to that.
We do.
Yes.
As there's a lot of controversy right now.
Yes.
Because the final entrant of the Rumble, because I mean, we could talk about the returning people. Ronnie Zuko.
Oh,
we
my.
already talked about Candie. The Rehoboth Beach Crew,
Exactly.
The Holy Rollers.
the Holy
The
Rollers,
Ghetto
The
Mafia.
Ghetto
the Ghetto Mafia. Like,
Sideswipe showed up in a
Wow.
limo. He is still living that life.
still living that life. Can't let it go.
Exactly.
But I
All
mean,
the current MCW superstars in and out of that Rumble.
Yeah.
I mean, wow, what a match.
it was crazy. It was a lot. It was a great nostalgic feeling. The people were loving it, loving what was
it
going on.
I have to say, it was something being in the middle of the ring and hearing, you still got it. I don't know. I was
Yeah.
not expecting that.
It is a good.
I don't. Were people expecting us not to still have it? That's what I'm curious about. But
Shout out to Platinum Nat, who came out with the Holy Rollers.
Yeah, Platinum Nat.
exactly,
He's still
exactly.
around. It
But
reminded me.
Really,
Yeah.
just, and I say this as like one of the veterans, like I say this, that, that was a special moment for all of us out there. It didn't matter who we were facing off against. I mean, just being there and, it feeling like old times, even though the circumstances are certainly, not ideal. It was just a really, really powerful moment, and it was amazing.
And it was for standing room only for the MCW
Yeah.
arena. It was a special moment for
Yes,
everybody.
and we of course thank
Everybody.
all of you
Please,
for
yes.
for such a moment. But with all of the, getting back to the brass tacks here, for all of that was going on, the final entrant, Mason Dixon.
Well,
And
when that happened, I was thinking he was going to win the Rumble. I mean, not
yeah,
no.
well, it was very strange. A lot of people were caught off guard. However, if you are on the official MCW Pro Wrestling Facebook fan group,
Yes.
you know exactly who that is.
yes.
And
Now, Mason Dixon himself, on that very Facebook page,
Right.
seemed very confused by all of the attention.
I mean, he was there.
Yeah, he was there.
So I don't get it.
I'm wondering, now hear me out, this is my theory. I'm wondering, does he have a stunt double? Or maybe a twin?
Maybe
Maybe.
his twin is inside. Maybe he's got split personalities. He doesn't know what's
Okay.
happening.
That's multiple personality disorder. That would explain why he didn't know. Maybe his panda persona,
Yeah.
went and competed in the Rumble, and then he went back to being Mason Dixon, and he
And
doesn't
just
have any
being
memory of it.
pretty good at
Right.
Photoshop.
Right.
But however, that turned out not to be the actual final entrant, and it
Yeah.
was the Blackjack Tripper himself, Drolix. Now, a lot of controversy because we all know Ken Dixon in December retired him.
Exactly.
In a steel cage.
In a steel cage.
Just retired. Drolix was gone.
Right.
Yeah, and
But Drolix was that last entrant into the Bruiser Strong Rumble. How? Why?
and not just that. And of course, you can see the actual Rumble on Rage TV.
Oh, yeah.
On MCWRageTV.com. You can
back
see
and
it.
watch it.
But Drolix, spoiler alert, if you're on our Facebook, so you already know, Drolix won.
Right.
He
So
won the whole thing,
Yeah.
which means that he, in turn, would then be the number one contender for the MCW Heavyweight Championship at the Shane Shamrock Memorial Cup. That's what it should have been, but again, controversy.
Yes, lots of controversy because how can a retired MCW roster member be in a championship match if you're really retired?
Right.
Now, in that particular match, we had many retired people in the
100%.
Bruiser Strong
That is
Rumble.
true.
So,
That is true.
I don't think that
Well, I think the difference
Is a
is,
problem.
though, is that Drolix, because of the terms of the match, his final match that he had with Ken Dixon, the terms of it was that he was contractually retired. These guys, guys like the Holy Rollers, Ghetto Mafia, those guys, they just, they went off the pasture and did their thing and came back for the one shot, and they were hoping to get that title shot. They didn't. Who's to say they can't ever come back again?
Right.
But however, Drolix losing that match meant that he was done here in MCW.
Right.
He was done here. But
Correct.
now, that's where the controversy comes in. And if you guys are friends with Ken Dixon on Facebook,
he
which
was
Ken
the
Dixon
first-
doesn't have many friends,
Right.
he was not happy.
No.
Not happy
He had
about the
some,
proceedings.
some strong language.
It was very strong.
But I see his point. I mean, I have to see his point. I got to play the devil's advocate here. I got to see his point. But then, according to Phil Stamper, if you follow our Facebook page, Dante Caballero, the current MCW heavyweight champion, his whole cartel, his lawyers got involved. And then, Drolix has a team of attorneys and he's got his posse. They all got involved.
Black Wall Street.
Black-
Got that money.
Black Wall
He's got
Street.
that money.
Come on now.
He's got
Don't forget
connections.
that. Don't forget
Right.
that.
So, at this point, when we are recording this podcast, it is happening. The MCW Heavyweight Championship match between Dante Caballero, the champion, and Drolix, the challenger, and MCW has said unsanctioned.
That's right. Now, this match almost didn't happen, though, because Dante was going to have a fiesta
Right.
instead.
Yeah.
I know, I was
But-
invited.
party.
Kind of
But-
upset.
You were invited?
Yeah.
All right.
It does sound like a good time. I mean, I like margaritas.
just
I think it
all
sounds
day
I
long.
know you like
Probably.
Oh, I
margaritas.
love
Yeah.
margaritas.
Yes. If you margaritas and cocktails in them, he would have brought me as a
I
plus
don't
one.
know.
No.
But
anyway.
there was severe backlash with the announcement of the fiesta.
Yeah.
I mean, Phil Stamper released a video earlier. We were just watching it, in
We were.
fact. And people were stopping him on the street to tell General Manager Phil Stamper how unhappy they were at the idea of having a fiesta
Right.
instead of a title match.
I don't know.
So this is how it works. The MCW, the MCW officials. And Phil Stamper. This is unsanctioned. So there's no rule book. Throw it out the window. So this is going to be a fight. This is going to be a battle. And we all know, we remember Drolix. And you can go back and watch Rage TV, of course. You can see all the Drolix history. But Dante Caballero and the entire cartel helping him keep that championship over the past, year or so? It's been a while.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a fight.
I will say this, compared to the other opponents that Dante has had, and not to take anything away from them, guys like Kakoa, guys like Greg,
Yeah.
Drolix is a mean SOB. And I'll tell you what, I can totally see. I mean, Kakoa has taken out the cartel on his own before.
True.
Drolix will decimate them.
Yeah.
So this will be very interesting to see how this goes. And I mean, so this is me fantasy role playing here, fantasy booking here. Did I say
Okay.
role playing?
You
Excuse me.
did. Wow.
Sorry.
I was curious where we were going with this.
Fantasy
Just
role
to
playing.
be clear, there's no role playing with Drolix and Deacon Storm. I just
Not
wanted
at
to
all.
be
Oh
clear
my
about
God,
that,
he's
okay?
gonna
There's
kill me.
No role playing.
Tara said that.
Okay.
Tara said that Drolix.
I can't
That
speak
wasn't
for
me.
what Mikey D does when he leaves
It
here,
wasn't
but
me.
we can safely say
I
Drolix
said
is not
nothing.
involved in any role playing.
100%.
Finish your thought there, Storm. Go ahead.
Drolix wins the championship.
Oh, just straight up.
Okay.
100%. Like, it just happens. Drolix is your new champion. What stake does Ken Dixon lay to the MCW Heavyweight Championship
Wow.
from that point? Because if I retired you, Mikey D, and you win the Heavyweight Championship, best believe I am knocking on your door to say, no, we're getting back in that cage. And we're going to do this again, and I'm taking that strap from you, and you need to go back up to the commentary table where you were.
Yeah.
If I was Ken Dixon.
Okay.
That was
Let's
me.
clarify, you're not.
I am not Ken Dixon. However, I do like beer. I prefer Miller Lite to Busch, but I am not Ken Dixon.
Ken Dixon's on the History of Violence tour.
Yes, he is.
Okay, and it got up to chapter 10.
Yes, with Sean Spears. Yep.
Absolutely, a former, the perfect 10. But, it's going to get up to chapter 11, 12, 13. He's going to be in the building. Something tells me for the Shane Shamrock Memorial Cup. Somewhere, and Ken Dixon is not going to let this sleep until next time.
I'll say this, because this popped in my head. This is going to be great. So, let's say Drolix wrestles Ken Dixon right after. If Drolix wins, he wrestles Ken Dixon next.
Okay.
And that is chapter 11.
Oh.
Bankruptcy, I get it.
Does he go bankrupt through Black Wall Street?
Wow.
Ken Dixon come on top. Boom. You like that? You like that? That was for you, Dino. Put it on the flyer.
I was about to
put
say
it on the flyer.
A flyer. But a lot of stuff happened that night, a lot of controversy, but everything heading to the Shane Shamrock Memorial. And that's going to be on July 13th.
Yes,
right here
in the wonderfully tropic MCW arena.
That is such a polite way to say it.
Hey, we all like warm weather. I'm just saying.
We do.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do
It's still not going to be as hot as it was in Saudi Arabia. I heard
true.
the in-ring temperature was around 105 there, so we can guarantee it will not be 105 here.
We can definitely guarantee that.
we think. Unless, it's 105 outside.
Unless Tara comes down to the ring,
Oh!
I'm really trying to get her out with me. It's not working. I'm trying.
So, what's next on this podcast?
What's next to this podcast? We're taking another break.
Another break.
I think this is a great time to take a break.
You're right.
It's hot in here.
Woo! Damn straight. And what we're going to do now, right after this, we're going to go over the Shane Shamrock Memorial Cup card. What has been announced so far. And we're going to talk about July 13th.
Can't wait.
Yeah, get there. So, fans, please, once again, we're on SoundCloud, YouTube, Facebook. We are all over the place. Are we on Facebook? We are on Facebook.
Yeah.
I'm on Facebook.
Yeah, we're all on Facebook.
Yeah.
And then when we come back, of course, we're going to tell you all the ways that you can find MCW Pro Wrestling. And we're going to talk about the Shane Shamrock Memorial Cup.
Yeah, and real quick, I do want to thank you guys for tuning in and watching. I know we had a slight bit of a break. I blame that on Lee Brando. But we will.
It's not my fault.
But yes, we will be right back. Welcome back to the MCW podcast, episode 9.5. Deacon Storm, Tara, Mikey D, and we're going to talk about the upcoming Shane Shamrock Memorial Cup 19 out of WrestleMania. Going to be a huge event.
Yes.
So many things happening right now. We're going to get into what's been announced so far as of this taping.
Well, one of the things that's so special about the Shamrock Cup is the qualifying matches leading up to it. Now, this is an event where wrestlers from all over the world, really, we get them from out of the country, we get them from all across the United States, all of your rising indie stars contact us throughout the year begging for a spot on this one show. So this is what makes it unique, because we kind of take a break for a second from, the running feuds that are going on. I mean, those things are still happening too, but this one night we focus on the best of the best in indie wrestling talent that we can find and we bring in. So the people that we've chosen this year, I mean, we haven't released everybody yet, but really, it's the best of the best, and that's one of the things that makes this such a unique event.
And what you're saying about the feuds is more of like the guys, our guys on our roster know that right now, whatever difference you have with somebody, you need to put that aside, because what's most important right now is getting the Shane Shamrock Memorial Cup trophy and championship.
Right. Qualifying for it and all the qualifying matches throughout the evening, and then at the end of the night, one big match. A huge scramble main event, and the one person, the last person standing, that's who's going to get that championship. That's who's going to get that championship belt, and also the big trophy. 19.
Now,
Shane
you
Shamrock.
guys remember last year it was Joe Keys. The year before that, it was Joey Matthews. The year before that, Leo Rush. And the year before that, Leo Rush. So do you think that Joe Keys can go ahead and go for the repeat?
You know he wants to.
Of course he does.
He
Who
wants
wouldn't?
to. So I think he can do
There's
it.
precedent here.
Yeah.
He's going to have to go through a lot.
Right.
And what we know right now, and Tara and I were talking about this earlier, there's a bunch of names coming from all over the world to compete in this thing. So let's talk about that a little bit. The first one, there is a three-way dance as a qualifying match, right?
I knew you'd pick that match to talk about.
I have to.
knew it. I know why. And
Oh,
you're about to find out why.
I may have missed this. Who's in that?
Well, I'm going to talk about it, and first of all, you've got newcomer VSK, so he's going to be in the match. Also, Pat Buck of WrestlePro.
Both of them are from WrestlePro.
Both of them are from
Both
WrestlePro.
of them
Okay,
are
cool.
But
Sweet.
former MCW
we
Rage
go.
Television Champion Scarlett Bordeaux.
Oh.
Smoke Show.
Look, he's very excited.
Smoke
I
Show.
knew this was he's like grinning and smiling.
So
wow.
this could be, if Scarlett Bordeaux comes out victorious in this match, she could go on to the final and be the first female to ever win the MCW Shane Shamrock Memorial Cup.
Well, she's
She would be the first female to ever compete in the finals
That's
of the
true.
Shane Shamrock Memorial Cup.
Yeah.
That's my.
So, I mean, wow, it's incredible, because already within this calendar year, she became the first female
She did.
to win the Rage Television Championship.
History
Yeah.
has been.
Now I have a question for a second.
Go
This
ahead.
is very serious.
Go ahead.
Now, recently, Scarlett Bordeaux was performing in a match, and a fan groped her at ringside.
Yeah.
Like, grabbed her right around the waist. Now, I don't know. He kind of looked an awful lot.
Hey.
What were doing
You
over
son
there?
of
What
a-
were you doing on
You know
Saturday?
How could you?
What were you doing? I'm just curious. I think we need to look at his Google Calendar and see where he was.
Sorry, I'm gonna get
I don't know.
I'm gonna
It
get
wasn't me.
security.
I may have been proud to try. It wasn't me.
I don't know.
I didn't do it.
Well, rest assured, Scarlett, you will not be groped here at MCW. We take ringside security very serious, particularly if Ringside Ryan is on the job. He'll make sure.
Oh, Ringside Ryan. Oh, he's
We'll make
Ringside Ryan.
Sure, he'll make sure that
Piece of
nothing
cake.
happens.
He was
but-
at the
Piece
Cruiser
of cake.
Strong Rumble.
Exactly.
Piece of
He could-
cake.
You never know. He could want to get into this Shane Shamrock Memorial Cup.
Yeah. So moving on. What's the next match we
Moving
got?
on. So we've got a couple of more. We've got this one. This one's I'm looking forward to. This one actually I'm looking forward to quite a.
Okay.
So former ROH superstar Will Ferrara, who's been here at MCW before.
Yes, he has.
He's taken on the Gravy Train, Biscuit Wheels. He's taken on the MCW Rage Television former champion Greg Excellent. Now that
Keto
is going to
King.
be.
Keto King. Now,
He's the Keto
let me
King.
tell you something. That gravy, it may be high in fat, but those biscuits are made with almond flour. I just
Of
want
course
you to
they
know
are.
that. That's how we're doing it now. That's how you do
They're
it.
cauliflower
Greg is
biscuits.
on
Almond
the-
flour, almond flour, coconut flour.
Whatever. Sure.
Very, very low in
That should be a
carbs.
great one. And Greg Excellent, is a fan favorite here. He's
Yes,
got
he
a lot of people. You know, now I wonder, will he bring Mama Excellence with him?
Hey, it's the biggest show of the year. Why not?
Yeah, it's not-
Will
it's
she
not-
be in attendance? I don't know if she'll be coming out to ringside, but will she at least be in attendance?
We should have the Excellent family because everybody's going to be here that
Yeah,
night. Why not?
good to see Mama Excellent, So yeah. So what we got next, Mikey?
There's another one that we got the superstars coming in from all over. Like I said, Jimmy Lloyd coming in from GCW. And he's going to be taking on Marco Stunt. It's going to be a one-on-one matchup.
All right,
and
looking
winner
forward
will
to it.
advance, of course. And so far, at the time of this recording, that's what we've got. So keep up with Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Rage TV, MCWProWrestling.com, which I'll say at the end again.
Of course.
We're going to have a lot more qualifiers and a lot more matches, and all of them are going to come out. And of course, Joe Keys has got to be in there somewhere because he's got to defend.
Well, he's going to be in the finals.
He'll be in the
He's
finals.
already in the finals. He's champion, bro.
That is the privilege of the winner of the previous year.
That's correct.
Right.
Be in the finals. He's gonna go through all that
He's
crap.
a little slow, but he
Look,
gets
he
there.
just got here. That's why.
I did not know that. That is a good benefit.
Right.
So
Yeah.
he is not going to have to go through a match, or that gives him the distinct advantage of defending.
Yeah.
So
How
he
about
can
that?
sit back and watch his competition.
He sure can.
And he sure will. I can guarantee you he will. Probably on that black leather couch that Mason Dixon put him on. So as we move on,
Of course we have.
we're going to go to now. Major announcement. No one saw this coming at Slamboree because we're going to go back a little bit. At Slamboree, suddenly on the big screen, Nick Aldis, the NWA World's Champion, showed up on the screen and said, hey, he's coming to the Shamrock Cup. And not only is he coming to the Shamrock Cup, he's going to put the title on the line. And not only is he going to put the title on the line, he loves MCW. He loves our staff. He loves everything we do here so much that he allowed us to choose who's going to go for the championship off our roster. And that man is Dirty Money.
That's right.
Now that's great. Dirty Money gave an emotional speech during the Jimmy's Famous Slamboree, as we were
Yes.
talking about. Eric Chapel.
Yes, during the Eric Chapel tribute. Yes, he did.
Absolutely. And it's great that Dirty Money's going to get out here and get the chance to, he is tributing this match to Eric
That's
Chapel. And that 10 pounds of gold on the line, NWA World Champion, that's going to be great.
And that's another special thing that MCW does.
Absolutely.
This is not the first time that Nick has brought his 10 pounds of gold to
Not at
MCW.
all.
I mean, how many other promotions do that where you're allowed to defend a title at another promotion? That just doesn't happen.
And
that's
not
just
only
one of
that,
those things we do.
a world
Exactly.
championship.
World champion.
And not
NWA
only,
world champion.
not only a world champion, the world's
Right,
champion.
world's.
You got to have that apostrophe S. That's very important.
NWA, so much history there, and bringing that history right into MCW. That is fantastic.
My goodness. Tara, what else we got? We got anything else?
Yeah, we've got the last round of the tag team tournament.
Ooh! Sorry, I got really
okay.
excited. Sorry.
Deacon Storm popped.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say he's a Robbie and Bobby fan. Yes?
Do you like Robbie and Bobby?
I think we established this when we had that.
Yes, we did. So,
Okay.
Robbie and Bobby.
Rage TV, check that out. That was a great. I'm still alive. Let's put it that way.
Good. Robbie and Bobby taking on the saviors of professional wrestling along with JP Callahan for the finals.
Colonel Callahan.
Colonel, you.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we went out for a beer too. He's been on my. He wants to come to the tour. I figured we'd be on a first name basis.
All right. Well, to the rest of the fans, he's Colonel Callahan.
That's right.
Just
That's right.
clarifying that.
And that is the finals for the Tag Team Championship tournament, which was the titles were vacated by the Sons of Savagery as they
Correct.
went and signed with Ring of Honor.
Sure did.
Exclusive Ring of Honor.
Exclusive.
deal. Yes, exclusive.
Yes. So
That's right.
yeah. So I mean, that's going to be amazing. Sad for Gia and Aria that they seemed like they were getting themselves together at Slamboree. When they wrestled the Saviors, like the Saviors were in trouble for a second because they were on the same page, and then suddenly, John Scholar, very, very intelligently, he played on their emotions.
He did.
And we all know how people can be emotional, and they just couldn't hold together. Match was over, and as we saw, Gia and Aria got into it in the back once again.
Fell
Well,
apart.
that watching Gia and Aria, I have to say, reminds me so much of Candie and Tara. Okay,
I was actually
it really
thinking that.
does.
Yeah,
And
a lot of parallels there.
it just the way that they work together and how sometimes they can put aside their differences and put it together for the better of everything in the ring. But also have that long-standing feud. They take their feud on the road. They faced each other for other promotions and that kind of thing. So I see a lot of similarities there.
Yeah, it's all about who's better, and it is a tale as old as time.
That's true.
keep an eye out for the MCW Women's Championship because I'm sure that's going to be somewhere.
I can't wait to see what the front office does, because what else can you do at this point to end this feud between Gia and Aria? I don't know. It's just gotten so out of hand. Like, do you remember when Gia came out and attacked Aria when this first started? Pedigreed her on the stage.
That was brutal.
That was one of the most brutal attacks I've ever seen here in this building. But I mean, now we've gotten to the point where they fought each other, they've teamed up with each other, and now they're back to fighting each other. And then MCW Women's Championship is still around the waist of Aria Palmer.
For now.
Yeah.
For now,
You never know, because the greatest damn woman.
That's right.
You never know.
She misses her Felicia.
She
wants
does.
She really does.
Can't keep it away from her that long.
You never know. But hey, capping off this whole thing here at the MCW Shane Shamrock Memorial Cup. We talked about it a little bit earlier, but for the MCW Heavyweight Championship, now we know unsanctioned.
Yes.
Dante Caballero defending that championship against the one and only Drolix. No rules, no nothing. There's going to be, and you never know where Ken Dixon's going to be, because Ken Dixon has an interest in this
Trust me.
contest.
This is true.
Like he says, violence always finds a way, and I would not be surprised to see the bearded one somehow pop up in that match.
Can we see the entire cartel? Can we see Black Wall Street? There's so many factors that can happen in this.
Well, with this
I just can't
unsanctioned
wait.
match, I mean, there's nothing to stop the cartel from coming to ringside,
And
is there?
I've been the one to say over the last several podcasts that one of the reasons Dante Caballero is still the champion is because of the cartel.
Right.
Now, you know what? That's thrown out the window. The cartel's going to be there, but Drolix can. He can
Drolix
break
will-
you never know.
Absolutely.
He ain't never coming alone. He's got it up here. He's got it up here, and
He knows better.
He does.
He's the original
Sure,
OG.
he's always looking over his shoulder. I'm
OG.
sure that he's not intimidated by the presence of the cartel.
and you're saying right now, and you said it before, that you said Drolix is going to take it.
Well, I'm not saying he's gonna take it, but it was more of the fantasy booking
Okay.
that what if Drolix takes it, like he was retired. He's been commentating matches, and I've been up there with them. You can't hear me or see me, but I've been up there in the commentary booth, and every single time, if you go back and look on Rage Television, back on Rage TV, every single time Ken Dixon has come out to the ring, he has stopped, pointed at Drolix, and made some sort of obscene gesture every single time. And Drolix has sometimes reacted, sometimes he hasn't, most of the time he has. But Drolix does pull this off at the Shamrock Cup and become the MCW Heavyweight Champion once again. It's only a matter of time.
This is true.
It's only a matter of time.
And you know who's also going to be watching. You're wearing a shirt. I'm wearing the band. You know the Bruiser's going to be watching this whole
That's
thing
right.
go down, because he even said back at Jimmy's famous Slamboree, I should say, he said in 2020 when the Shane Shamrock Cup comes around,
Shamrock 20.
he intends on being there and he intends on kicking some ass. That's right, I said it.
He did.
Those are
And he
harsh
said it.
words for
You know what?
Mikey.
I'm gonna not use my bleep for that one. I'm gonna leave that one in.
Hey, all right.
Yeah.
So
Speaking of the Bruiser, though, going back a little bit more, Bruiser Strong Rumble
yeah.
himself, Johnny Crabcakes, they came out, and we got to watch a wonderful video of all the people that were supporting him.
We did.
And sending their well wishes, whether it be from WWE, whether it be from Hollywood. It was all over the place. The crazy amount of support that the Bruiser was getting in his fight against leukemia.
That's right. And we support you, as we did on this podcast, and as we certainly do here, all at MCW, the entire family.
Yeah.
We support the Bruce.
I just want to say something. We didn't have to give him, we already gave him 38 minutes. I don't think we need to. All right? We're good? Okay, cool.
All right.
But hey, it
That was
happened.
how long that was?
It was long.
Wow.
Long. I mean, it wasn't long. It was a wonderful conversation.
It was a fantastic conversation.
Episode 8 of the MCW podcast, Bruiser Strong, or sorry, we already did a Bruiser Strong episode. Bruiser in Studio, that's what it's called. That is on YouTube right now, to go back and check it out. It was a lot of fun.
That's right.
Bruiser, and right now he's improving, he's doing better. As you saw him at Slamboree, he's already ready to challenge Dante for the title. That's the first thing he said when he came out. He said, Dante, get back out here, I want my title back. But he's coming back, he's still fighting the fight. And, as usual, on Facebook, we continue to give updates. And if you are a friend of his on Facebook, he provides those updates himself every single day.
If
Every
you're
single
a member
day.
of the Bruiser Strong Facebook group.
That's correct, yeah. So
That's right. So that's where we can take it. That's where we're going, into the Shane Shamrock Memorial Cup. And as far as this podcast is concerned, 9.5. Where are we going now, Storm?
one more break.
One more break.
Yes.
And we appreciate you sticking with us because this is the where to be. MCW Pro Wrestling. This is where we are.
Yeah.
This is where we love.
And I just got to find one more video to put in between the two segments, and I think it will be good.
Oh, there's plenty of footage out there.
I
Not
love
only on
videos.
Rage TV, MCW Rage TV.
I mean, it could be a commercial. It could be one of my old matches. I don't know. It might be something.
Of your old matches.
Uh,
Are we trying to gain viewers or lose them?
you're probably right.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
Podcast, episode 9.5 with myself, Tara, Deacon Storm, and Mikey D.
Yeah, she got it right that time. It's cool.
Are you saying I was going to get it wrong?
No.
Third time's a charm.
You could never be
I don't know
wrong.
what you're talking about. Third time what?
It's been a great podcast, guys. Always a pleasure sitting down talking with you or standing up talking with you out there.
Absolutely.
And,
Been a bumpy ride. Been a bumpy ride here, but I gotta say, as Deacon Storm here, I thoroughly enjoy what we do. And of course, we're closing out this episode, but it's not the final episode.
Nope.
The next episode, which will happen at the Shamrock Cup, since we have so much time between doors open and the next episode will be the final episode of the season. Ooh. And I'm hoping to score some pretty good guests.
You're
Okay.
Score what? Oh.
Score. Over the score.
You know what?
Or,
Can I-
I'm glad you continued.
Can I throw something out here?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Hopefully it's my direction.
You know, so we do broadcast live. We do a live recording of the podcast.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's edited and put up there for you later. And one of the things that we often like to do is to interview the fans. Now, we pick these fans at random, so you never know what a fan is going to say or not say. So what I'd like to throw out there is if you're here, you get here, doors open at 5:30, you're here, say 6 o'clock, you're looking for something to do, you see us out there, come talk to us.
Please.
You know, I mean,
Absolutely.
if you've got something that you're dying to ask, or you just want to reminisce about MCW history, or you want to talk about, who you think is going to win the cup, we want to hear from you, but we don't know if you want to say that. So
Right.
come find us. We're really approachable.
Yeah.
So,
And we may.
I mean, if we're filming, do not interrupt
For
us.
the love of
But,
God.
we take
Don't
breaks.
pull a Danny Davis.
We take breaks. You can tell when we're not recording, but by all means, come and we want to hear from you.
Yeah. If you see us, all three of us standing and looking in three different directions.
Really close to each other.
Really close to each other because we're like, we don't know what's happening. Tara's probably looking at her phone.
Could be.
I'm looking at a piece of paper, and our cameraman's like, and Mikey D is saying the same thing. Usually, Mikey D's
I'm saying something, trying to get us back on track.
yeah.
Also, we're looking at the food vendors.
Come on, well, that's normally where I'm at.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But either way, you see us looking like that, like a straight gaggle, just come over and be like, hey, tug on Superman's cape. That's
What are you
me.
doing there?
Tugging on the couch, tugging on the cape.
So
This podcast-
maybe,
I was tugging on the cape.
We can bleep out
maybe
curse
wave.
words.
Let's just wave. Maybe
Wave.
don't
There
tug
you go.
on anything until your private time later. Maybe
Oh
we'll
my
just
God.
wave. Say hey over
From
here.
where this podcast started and
keep
where it's
break.
ending, you just never know.
No,
You never know.
I think it's ending where we started, to be honest.
Pretty
But
much.
come on, let's talk about this at the point.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely. So, the next episode 10, for Shamrock 19. This is our season finale until we come back in the fall. I know we sound like we're on an actual network, right?
Where are we going?
What is going on? I don't know.
Where are we going?
Our presence is going to be there. You know,
we'll be around. We'll be around. But the next episode won't be to the fall when we come back in October to get ready for the slew of October events.
Autumn Armageddon.
Autumn Armageddon. I was going to say it. You beat me to it. Autumn Armageddon.
Every year we just try to add more and more dates.
Yeah. So
we'll be busy.
Don't miss us too much. Hell, I might even film a new intro for the podcast. I might do it. I don't know.
Maybe.
I might. Yeah,
I like the intro that we have.
Well, I mean, it's going to be like the same thing. I just probably have to put Lee Brando in there somewhere.
Oh, okay. Well,
Look at this guy. He's so mad.
as long as I still get to be here, I'm all right. But anyway, it's great. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you to the MCW fan. What are you laughing at?
Keep going, man. Keep talking.
I'm saying thank you.
I know,
all of
man.
our fans, and you're just laughing. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you to all of you. Thank you.
Yeah. It's not the season finale yet.
I'm just thanking them. You thanked them earlier in the podcast.
Now it's just getting awkward.
Yeah.
Stop thanking them.
So let's just take it out. This is Deacon Storm. This is Tara.
What are you taking out?
I'm just taking out the. I'm taking out the podcast because you know where we are. We're on SoundCloud now, as you said. We're back
That's
on
correct.
SoundCloud.
MCW Pro Wrestling is the username.
Please, yeah, the username. Thank you. There,
Yes,
you had it that
search
time.
it, yeah.
You can always find us on YouTube. There's always something to subscribe to. MCW Pro Wrestling, everything. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Am I missing anything? I am missing it. MCWProWrestling.com.
I hate you.